this. So we're over here in the Sifra Ditzniuta, and where are we? We're on the Tikkuna of Chad, and he also includes Chad V'Sar. So I think we're on what we say here, the second paragraph. B'yesh l'sayim ki gam ba'or yakar, over there he says, al idra rabba, mashra k'divir Arizal, the tikkun echad also, that the 11 tikkun ayrech ba'osim sa'aros shal tikkun asiri. So this is what we're talking about. I think that's the Gra. He said, these are the Rizal. So let me read again. Al idra rabba, mashra k'divir Arizal, the tikkun echad also, ayrech ba'osim sa'aros shal tikkun asiri, hamachasim misagorim. That's those tikkun. That's that. So he said, the tikkun echad also, the lo nafkin nima min nima, they all went down equally, they're not tangled. Near the kind of sa'aros, it looks like what he's talking about here are the sa'aros on the what we say, on the throat. Ki b'sa'aros hazakan k'vara b'rashno la'ero b'tikun deshi, we already said that the nafkin dom and do, so they're still inside of each other, ad gan b'ayin sham, and there's a site reference there. We're going to go down to the next one. And the next one is going to say, u'be'idov tziyun. So, and on the other one, he says, tziyun, b'ha'aros the bira meshula the v'ha'grua, the mefarshim maris, the b'pirish maris saruk. So now, looking at this, I guess the Gra was looking at the maris saruk. He liked the b'vura b'gam came, the v'darko, the tikkun asivi, hims aros ketanim, they're little hairs, umisarvim, and they mix in together. The tikkun echad aser, he says he has a different shita, hem sa'aros gedolim, the big hairs, she'ena misarvim ayin sham v'rei gam ba'aros kan. So we'll see the ha'aros over here, and let's see what we can understand out of them. And where does it start? It starts at the bottom of the first column. So he says like that, v'na'ate kan, roshi pirkam, Melishonas Marie Sarok. I don't know what he meant by Roshi Pirkin Prokin, but I'm not sure what exactly meant there. He said, but in Tikkun Asiri, in regards to the cause of Sham V'Zalashona. He said, V'Havyan Zeirim al Grona the Yakira. So the Agaron, the Kiro is Eric Anpin, on the throat of Eric Anpin. He said, V'Zeh HaTikkun Asiri, but Sarah Kodan the Farish Lashon Idrabba. But before I tell you about that, let me tell you this. The Ka'amar Nachsim Sari Tachos Digna V'Chapian Begrona. So there's your word again. He says, Nachsim Sari Tachos Digna. So I'm still going to say where they're growing from. It's still a problem that I have. But at any rate, they come down and they cover over the Grona. Kolomer Osam Sa'aros Akatanim. She'amarna Lamala that we said up above. Betikun Tes. Shehem Mu'ravim im Hasa'aros HaGedolim. Chelik Mehem Yored Alagarim. A portion of them goes down to the throat. Shesham B'Bechinas Leah. So what's going on at the throat? He said at the throat level, that's where you find Leah. Shechosh Vechem Ulai. So we're concerned Ulai Yizgaver im in Denacho, that Yizgavro im Denacho, so that everything will be overpowered by the Dinim and Leah, the Zecha Ba'ama Tochos Dikna. So therefore he says underneath the beard, Pam Shniyat, what's that help me to learn? Kolomer She'elach of Sa'aros Afal Gav She'hem Dinim Kashim, even though they represent that. Vehem Tochos Dikna Cheshukula Chesed, that they're underneath the beard, which is really the Indian of Chesed. It's a giving, it's going downward, it's a giving idea. Mismatek sham ve'enach of yuchola la'alos din klal. They can't do anything. Benalvach of the Piris Sifra Ditzniuta, that's right under the Ka'amach of Bechapich of Zeirim al Gorona. Koloma shahasa'aros ha'katanim shamarno b'tikun tes. Let's talk about those that are covered over. He says, so he says, let me just read that again. He says, it sounds like he's saying the self-same hairs that we're talking about, the little ones, Shamarno Batikun Tes, which are in between the 8th and the 13th Tikkun, Anta, Yordim, Begaro, now they continue on, as we're saying, into the throat. Shehem bechinas Leah, which is where Leah is. Gimel Elokim. So here's something that maybe I should have known. I didn't know that the word 3 times Elokim, 3 times 86, brings you to the gematria of the word Garon. So he says, Sifra d'tzniuta. So since it's only talking about the Tikkun, just about the nature, Amar al Garono, it says that it's on his throat. Now up here, he said that it grew out, that's what it sounds like to me, of the 9th Tikkun, Kolomer, Shehin Meduvalkim al Garam, they actually are pegged onto or stuck onto the Garon, Shehi Leah, which is Leah. That's explained over there in the Idra Rabbah. So he said, Shebedaber Le'es Hagoula Amar Begarona. So then it said Begarona. So he said, what over there? Let's see, I'm not sure what it says. Kolomer Shasa'aros Halalu Bekoach Hagaron. They go really according to the power of the throat. Shehem Gimel Elokim. And what's shot over there? There are 3 Elokims. And we understand the throat is a narrow place. So narrowness and Elokim go together. Sha'amarno are squeezing that idea. So there's 3 of them there, he says, and make the word Garam. So he says, I know they're really talking about that. Shehem Gimel Elokim Sha'amarno, that we spoke about. That's where you could make take vengeance on your oivim. Now, what does that mean? And they become sweetened in relationship to the Jews. Now, I'm not sure what he means here. Now, Yakira refers to Eric Anpin. Shalea, he's so Yesh Olamos, the 310 Olamos, which we talked about, I guess, before, but I forgot already. Shai Olamos. He says, Shuhu Malchus Ima, that those Shai Olamos are coming from the Malchus of Ima, which is spreading into Leah, V'yikar or the Yesh. And you understand, V'yikira comes out to the number also 310. Behind the Amr V'yikira Lomer al Leah, so when we say V'yikira, we're talking about Leah, Besod Olam Haba, which is a concept of Olam Haba. There's a lot there missing. Ad Kan Ein Sham. I'd like to see more of it. V'achkach Bir Marisa Rok Sham Inyan Tikkun Ha'echad Aser. So now he says that's the 10th one. So the 10th one, he says, is the extension, sounds like, of the 9th Tikkun that winds up going onto the throat. But now let's talk about the 11th one, because the 10th and 11th, they always go together. B'sel l'shono. V'omer acher kach rav ravim misha'arecha b'Yerushalayim. So what's that, rav ravim? So that usually refers to the big ones. So he said, b'Yerushalayim, they're all the same length. So now we're talking about the 11th tikkun. This is what it says in the Idra Rabbah. Chad sar de lo nafik nima menima. So in the 11th one, we don't have a case. We have a case where one does not go out from the other. What is it? The same length. Chesed la'avraham v'zecha v'chazecha tikun amavur shahar sa'aros al ruchos shamarno lamala. We're talking about which were the tikun death. I thought they were short hairs, really. Shehem amamtakos esses aros, which are sweetened, the hairs, hagatzaros. So this is the long ones. I think there he's talking about the maslos. They sweeten the short hairs. Einem yotzim nima menima. They always go down straight. Now this, trying to understand this. Pirish rosha hasaros, the tips, shehem ma'at kashim, are a little bit hard. Hem ma'afridim atzman b'seder shalim. They separate themselves. They're all separated in a seder shalim. In other words, they don't get bent into anything else. I think that's what he means. Kadei shelo l'seis koech l'shum baldin, so that there should be no power in any antagonizer. L'hiyos lo pischon pel l'kabo misham echad mechem ha'ara. So again, let me read it again. Why did they stay straight? He says, "Hey, ma'afridim atzma b'seder shalim." Kadei l'seis koech l'shum baldin, shalo l'seis koech to any adversary. Baal din the hiyos lo piskon pel the kabo b'shum echad b'chem ha'ara, so that they should be able, so they keep themselves straight, so that nothing could mix into them. That's what it sounds like to me, that could take away some of their ha'ara. That's why it says ad kan. Very ba'aris the ale, he said, sha'atachto b'zecha b'divra b'ritzrok al tikkun tes ein sham hasam. He's over there. So now we'll come to the end, because this is what I did, so we could look a little bit more. So Nimsa, Mavur Beshitas and Ritzrok, so we saw this. The Sa'aros Tikkun Tes, Shakolu base mini Sa'aros Shehem. So let's look back. Now he's really going backwards. He says, now we're looking at the Tikkun Tes. Tikkun Tes has really two hairs that are, two different kinds of hairs that are associated with it. Shehem Sa'aros Katanim, Misarvim, Besaros Gedolim, She'ena Misarvim. Now he's talking about the 9th Tikkun. So he said the 9th, 10th, and 11th Tikkun are all related. That's what he's saying. V'hem yordin l'malta rabachalagorim, they go down below into the gorim. V'hem atzben na'asim beis tikkunim asiri v'echad aser, and they themselves, this is shot. Number 9 itself splits into 2 and makes 2 more tikkunim. He said the asiri, the echad aser, and the 11th. Ki miridas sa'aras akatanim alagorim, as they go down and they go towards the beard, the throat rather. Na'asach b'tikkun asiri, it makes, that's the 10th siri. Okay, so before he said that I thought the idea of the 9th tikkun was that it was smothered in between the 8th and the 13th tikkun, and as a result of that it became sweetened. So he's saying it has an extension that actually comes into the 10th and 11th tikkun. So he said, so that part that goes na'asa tikkun the series of the part that goes to the throat is like that. Omeridus Asaras Gedolim, but there's also other hairs within that 9th tikkun, he says, which are long. Naasa tikkun echad aser, it makes the 11th tikkun. Let's see if we can look real quickly back to the beginning. On where it says, it's very, very short, it says over here, the Chad Sar, the 11th tikkun. Mitsha'arin b'shi'ur shalim. This is a concept of it's measured in equality. They're all going the same way. Let's see if we have a little bit time. We have like 1 minute, and maybe we can read this part. So I think that was it. That was it. Okay, that's the shir today. This is Baruch Fleischman, Tikkun Elevator Kolo, the Sifra Ditzniuta.